to talk about the rectangular coordinate system. I don't know if you have any idea about your rectangular coordinate system before, but I guess this topic is taken on your trigonometry class during your high school days, because I can still remember this is the first time that I encountered this during my days. So this is also called the Cartesian coordinate system and was discovered by French mathematician René Descartes from 1596 to 1650, who is known as the father of modern mathematics. Came up with this idea of this coordinate system, the Cartesian plane. So, ano with ang ginatawag na Cartesian plane or the coordinate system? So, these are the parts of the Cartesian plane. So, we have two perpendicular lines across here. The Cartesian plane is composed of two perpendicular number lines that meet at the point of origin. This is the point of origin, your 0, 0. And divide the plane into four regions called the quadrants. So, this is your first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. This is the vertical line, which is your y-axis, and the horizontal line, which is your x-axis. So, if you can see, there is an arrow pointing up there, so downward and then sidewards, because ang aton nga line na ginatawag is infinite siya ang number. So, it goes on and on and on. So, for this one, you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So, pasaka, the same also, we have the positive na coordinate na numbers, no? And then, on our left side, we have the negative na mga numbers. So, next is the parts of the Cartesian plane. It is composed of infinitely many points. So, as I tell you, that's why we have the arrow that is pointing upward, downward, and sideward. Each point in the coordinate system is defined by an ordered pair of the form x and y. So, going back, we have the x. All the coordinates that is seen horizontally, this is what you call as the x, because the digits are found on the x-axis, and y because the digits found are on vertical line or the y-axis. So the first coordinate of a point is called the x-coordinate or the abscissa, and the second coordinate is called as the y-coordinate or your ordinate. So this is your first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. So i-try nyo ni i-familiarize on the first quadrant, the coordinates that are seen, positive and positive, so that it is easy for you to locate it, no? Kung may quiz ka, let's say, I'll be giving you coordinates such as negative 8 and 9. So, negative 8 is negative. Therefore, ang negative yung side, ang negative yung x-axis is area deli, and then positive 9. So, it's easy for you to locate on which quadrant. So, gaano siya, gahatag siya sang last na error. So, quadrant 1, we have the positive because all the coordinates that is lying in this quadrant are positive. So, positive number and positive number sa imong y-axis. Quadrant number 2, ang x-axis is negative. So, ang x nga nagalay sa sining na coordinate is negative, and then positive kasaka for y-axis. Next is the quadrant number 3, negative and negative. All the coordinates that is plotted in your quadrant 3 are negative. So, hindi ka di makakita sa negative kag positive or positive kag positive sa sidling nga quadrant, because everything that is plotted in this area is negative and negative na mga coordinates. And then, we have the quadrant number 4, positive and negative, because the x-axis rather all the digits in here that is being plotted is positive, and then sa y naton na axis is negative. That's why you can have the coordinates positive and the negative. So there are also points which lie in the x-axis and y-axis. The points which lie in the x-axis have coordinates x and 0, and the point which lie in the y-axis have coordinates na 0 and y. So for example, I'll be giving you the coordinates 0 and 5. So 0, of course, makita natin ang 0 because ang x nga axis or ang x nga ordinate is 0, and then ang y is 5. So makakita ta dito pwede ta di makapoint sa diri. So it is lying sa aton nga y axis nga line. So for example, these are the common examples, no, na inhatag. So you have the 2 and 2 for the x-axis and y-axis is 0. So ma-plot na dili. Then we have 0 for the x-axis, and y-axis is 8. Next, 0, negative 2 for the x-axis and 0 for the y. So on y, carry diri. Then 0 x-axis and negative 8 for the y-axis. So I will attach an activity para dira sa inyo sa pag-plot, no? And I'll be giving the instruction over i-type ko lang, and then you have to pass it to me. That will serve as your quiz for today. So if you have any question, kindly you can comment below, or you can chat me so that we can make any clarifications. Okay?